Hi.
So if I'm like,
Hey y'all.
How we doing tonight? Are you guys gonna go down to the game?
Hey y'all, how you doing tonight? Are you guys? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Yes, I'm back with my cowboy hat because today, you probably saw the title, I will try to understand and get to know the differences between the 50 states accent of the United States. I think it's going to take a lot of energy, but I'm ready for this.
I never thought I had an accent, but everyone else told me I did, so I never really understood my accent. But we say soda pop, and that was weird, I guess.
Soda pop? Wow, it's beautiful.
The great thing about Oklahoma is it's really this confluence of a whole bunch of different parts of the country. So the northern part of the state is really like the plains, so people kind of have that flat Iowa accent.
People always know I'm from the Midwest when I say
She's beautiful.
But if you get down south to the Little Dixie portion, it has a much more of a southern drawl.
Elongating those vowels a little bit and saying y'all every sentence.
How y'all doing today?
Y'all want to go to Waffle House? Come on over, we're going to Waffle House.
It's
What?
just like go around in your mouth and you're just like, hey y'all, how we doing tonight? Are you guys gonna go down to the game this weekend? I'm so excited. Like Joshua's doing real great this year.
Everybody talks really
What? That is so different. I was not aware. Let me just go back.
You're just like, hey y'all, how we doing tonight? Are you guys gonna go down to the game this weekend? I'm so excited. Like Joshua's doing real great this year.
Everybody talks really slow, especially compared to New Yorkers.
Most New Yorkers are loud. You gotta fit your way into a conversation most oftentimes when you're in New York.
Vermont's accent is very unique and it's hard to slip into unless you're talking to another person who like grew up farming. But the phrase that I can say in my accent is always, oh sure, bud. Oh sure.
People from California kind of have they say
Colorado doesn't
Yeah.
really have a typical accent. Lots of people say that it has no accent, but you'll definitely get called out if you say Colorado. It's Colorado.
So I've been told from people in
What?
New York that
What's the difference? What?
Typical accent. Lots of people say that it has no accent, but you'll definitely get called out if you say Colorado. It's Colorado.
So I've been told from people in New York that my state has an accent. Some people go Chicago. I don't think we do.
There's parts that I can hear like a little bit of a twang and kind of sound like this.
Some people in New Mexico have accents, depending on what part of the state you're from. People in the South tend to sound a little bit more like they could be from Texas.
Really wide syllables, really kind of drawn out phrases.
It's a little sing-songy, like a little bit Valley Girl almost. I'm from New Mexico and I love eating burritos.
You want to go skiing up on a mountain?
Pass me those taters.
I love eating burritos.
You want to go skiing up on a mountain?
Pass me those taters.
I don't know, I mean, like, there's cowboys, you know, there's horses. I don't know, because I don't feel like I have an accent.
I went home a couple of years ago and was watching home videos of my sister and I, and we had to like do a weather forecast as like little kids, and we'd be like, there's a big hurricane coming from the left coast, but don't worry because we don't know that it's coming. And people would be like, what are you saying?
Well, why did you say what are you saying? I didn't understand perfectly what she said.
You gotta park the car and hop the yard and give the guy a quarter for some chowder. That's a standard Boston accent right there.
Know that it's coming, and people would be like, what are you saying?
I can put on you gotta park the car and hop the yard and give the guy a quarter for some chowder. That's a standard Boston accent right there.
No.
Any ER would have an AH at the end.
It's kind of like Boston, but cooler and a bit more drunk. Like, we gotta go up to Bar Harbor to get some lobster supper.
My mom has this kind of strange half French Canadian, half Boston accent that sounds like peanut characters. Wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah.
Well, if you're from North Dakota, you've got some long O's.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
Yeah, hang on to your R's a little too.
It gets a little bit thicker the older you are. Your grandma sounds a little bit like this. Your mom might be a little bit softer.
I'm from Wisconsin. Go Pack Go. It kind of gets like up here. Go Pack. I say big. I have some eggs in a bag.
The best example of the Wyoming accent I feel like I've ever seen was in Brokeback Mountain. One curve in the road, and they missed it.
So if you live in Washington...
One curve in the road and they missed it. What was that about?
Back mountain. One curve in the road and they missed it.
So if you live in Washington State, no one ever says they have an accent. They all think they speak pretty normal, which is kind of true.
Just kind of middle of the road. Sort of like Delaware itself.
But they also kind of have like a country hit kind of thing to them. So they'll say like, Washington, like I'm gonna wash my hands.
Washington,
like,
Washington.
We pronounce our T's as D's, so we say like Connecticut instead of Connecticut.
Connecticut.
I feel like Michigan's typical accent is very nasally. Hi.
So if I'm from like Northside Kauai, I'm going to sound something like this.
People say that us Marylanders have accents, but I don't think we have an accent.
Idaho doesn't have a really distinct accent.
There's no accent in Indiana.
This might be very biased, but I really don't think we have an accent.
I don't hear it, but I get reminded of it when I travel.
I mean, I think this is normal.
It's a perfect, neutral Pacific Northwest tone. Sarah Palin does not have a typical Alaska accent. She's not really from there. She grew up in, I don't know, Kansas or something.
My husband laughs at me because I say wolf instead of wolf.
Our accents are all
What?
over
I said wolf,
the
what?
My husband laughs at me because I say wolf instead of wolf.
Our accents are all over the place.
The first one that comes to my head is a Latino one. Me voy a coger un cortadito.
There's the St. Louis accent where we say certain things like quarters and water.
Where I'm from, they like to say Haina or Mayan. That shirt over there is Mayan. From Philly, they say Wooder and yous guys. But in Pittsburgh, instead of yous guys, they say yins. What are yins doing?
North Carolina it's an interesting accent. It's just got a little bit of a drawl.
It's a little lazier.
Just very slow pace, very good, very nice.
There's Choss in South Carolina, which is ma like this.
Ma like this.
Yeah, might have a daughter named Darcy.
And then you got the squealy southern accent. And then you just got the very just, hey, how you doing? God bless. You have a good day now.
What was that about? No. Ma, let me be honest with you. I did hear different ways, you know, different accent. That's for sure, but just maybe 10 or 15, but not 50. I did not really hear the differences between the 50 accents, if there are some. I do think there are some because we can hear it, that's for sure. Even, you know, even me as a French, I can hear it, but like it's you have to go into the details of what they're saying. You know, it's just how you say a vowel. I was not expecting that. It's more difficult than I thought.
So lots of people say that it has no accent, but you'll definitely get called out if you say Colorado. It's Colorado.
So here she's saying Colorado and it's Colorado. It's just the fact that you are emphasizing the row, and for her it's just row. It's not Colorado. How do you say that? It's not Colorado, it's Colorado. But it's a very like, you know, as a French girl, I don't really see the difference, but I know there is a difference. Okay, I'm not saying there is not, but yeah.
You gotta park the car and have the yard and give the guy a quarter for some chowder. That's a standard Boston accent right there.
N-E-E-R.
I really don't. Do they have actually subtitles? Oh, yeah.
I can put on you gotta park the car and have the yard and give the guy a quarter for some chowder. That's a standard Boston accent right there.
Well, but yeah, the Boston accent. So it means that when I will be finally going to the States, even though I'm doing my best at, you know, learning English and speaking well, and even though I'm watching series and listening to podcasts by American people, I will still have probably a hard time understanding some people. But, well, it's okay because I will learn and, you know, I will spread, if I can say that, my knowledge of different accents, of different English accents. But I didn't think it would be that hard because, like, if I go to Boston or you know, I would definitely feel like I'm not in America because I won't understand anything. You know, let me try to get one accent, for example. Can I say...
Ja, and give the God a quarter. I can put on the, you gotta park the car and have
you gotta park the car and
yeah, and give the God a quarter for
and give the car a quarter.
some chowder. That's
I don't know. I wanted to try, but no, I'm sorry.
Like roll around in your mouth and you're just like, hey.
How about I want to say that?
Saying y'all every sentence.
How y'all doing today?
How y'all doing today?
Come on over, we're gonna Waffle House.
It's
Come on over, we're gonna Waffle House. What? That's very peachy, very...
just like roll around in
really round.
your mouth and you're just like, hey y'all.
Hey y'all.
How we doing tonight? Are you guys gonna go down to the game?
Hey y'all, how you doing tonight? Are you guys... I can't actually. Sorry, I can't.
Tonight, are you guys gonna go down to the game?
Are you guys gonna go down to the game?
This weekend, I'm so excited. Like Joshua's doing real great this year.
I'm so excited. Oh, okay. Hi y'all, how you doing today? I'm so excited. It's like you're really going, I don't know, high in your mouth. Hi.
He talks really slow, especially compared to New Yorkers.
Most New Yorkers are loud. You gotta fit your way into a conversation most oftentimes when you're in New York.
Vermont's accent is very unique, and it's hard to slip into unless you're talking to another person who like grew up farming. But the phrase that I can say in my accent is always, "Oh sure, bud. Oh sure."
People from California kind of have like, they say like.
Well guys, this video did not go how I wanted it to go. I was in my mind thinking of listening to them and try to, you know, talk as they're talking, but it's far more difficult than I thought it would be. I did try some, but I know it was completely not good. So I will just keep, you know, talking with my little French accent that you guys love, and I will just try my best to understand people talking with different accents, but I think I will just postpone the wheel that I have of, you know, I just, at some point in my English learning, I love to be able to talk in English but with really different accents. You know, I'd love to be able to talk with English accent than the American accent, and why not the OC Australian accent, but I have a long road to do before being able to do that, I know. But you know, it does that, well, just for fun. I love to do that. But the 50 states accent, wow, no, I'm really postponing that one because it's really hard. At first, you know, for me, there's not that many differences between the states. But some states have definitely a strong different accent. But it was a fun video. It was difficult, but it was funny to hear, and it was funny to try. I know that I really did not do well. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a great time. I hope you had a good loaf. Tell me, loaf. I need to know how you say that. Tell me if you, because I know that you're coming from a lot of different states. Tell me if you agree or if you like see here that there are a lot of different accents. Tell me if you like met people from different states and you had to, you know, you had difficulties understanding them, or you know, if you had some kind of, I don't know, stories to tell, to share, funny stuff, you know. Please do in the comments.